In the summer of 1683, a strange silence fell over the city of Vienna. Farmers abandoned their fields, church bells stopped ringing. From the hills, a black tide of Ottoman tents stretched beyond the horizon, 200,000 men under the banner of the crescent moon. For nearly 2 months, the city stood alone, surrounded, starving, waiting for the walls to break. Few remember the name of what came next, but the outcome of this siege would change the fate of an entire continent. This was the Battle of Vienna, the forgotten clash that saved Europe. By that summer, the Ottoman Empire was at its height, stretching from the deserts of Arabia to the gates of Central Europe. For centuries, it had been unstoppable. Vienna was more than just a city. It was the key to Western Europe. If it fell, the road to Germany, France, and perhaps even Rome would lie open. The Ottoman Grand Vizier, Kara Mustafa Pasha, knew it. He promised his sultan a swift victory. The Holy Roman Empire was fractured, distracted, and weak. Who would stand in their way?
Inside Vienna's walls, Count Ernst Rudiger von Starhemberg commanded fewer than 20,000 defenders, bakers, farmers, old soldiers, priests, against an army 10 times their size. Day and night, the Ottomans bombarded the city, tunneling under its walls to plant explosives. Famine spread. Horses were eaten. Dust and smoke filled every breath. Still, Vienna held. But hope was fading.
Far to the west, a Polish king named John III Sobieski received a desperate plea for help. Many thought he would not come. Poland had its own troubles, its own wars. But Sobieski, a devout Catholic and a warrior king, saw the siege as more than politics. It was a holy duty. He promised his wife, "I go to save Christendom."
And so, across the Carpathian Mountains came a miracle. A coalition army, Germans, Austrians, and Poles, forged a desperate alliance. Their march was grueling, slow, shadowed by doubt. Many believed they would arrive too late.
Then, on the morning of September 12, 1683, as dawn broke over the hills north of Vienna, the defenders inside the city heard a faint sound. Drums. And then, thunder. The Allied army had arrived. What followed was chaos. The Ottomans turned to face the oncoming forces, confident in their numbers. But they didn't expect what Sobieski had prepared, one of the largest cavalry charges in human history. As the sun set, 18,000 Polish and German horsemen assembled atop the Kahlenberg Ridge, banners fluttering, armor gleaming. At Sobieski's signal, they charged. The ground shook. Witnesses said it sounded like the sky itself was collapsing. The Ottoman lines shattered under the impact. By nightfall, Kara Mustafa's grand army, once the terror of Europe, was in full retreat. The siege was over. Vienna was saved, and with it, Europe's future. Kara Mustafa was executed for his failure. The Ottomans would never again advance so far west. The balance of power shifted, marking the slow decline of the empire that had once seemed invincible.
But history has a cruel memory. The battle that shaped the destiny of Europe faded from common knowledge, overshadowed by later wars and revolutions. Yet, without that day, without those defenders who starved but did not surrender, without that cavalry charge that broke the Crescent's advance, the map of Europe and the world we know today might have looked very different. It was, quite simply, the forgotten battle that saved Europe.
Enjoying this journey through history? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a 5-minute dive into the past. Got a historical mystery or epic story you want us to cover next? Drop it in the comments. Your idea could be our next episode on History in 5.